Jason O'Neill, and welcome to Hoops Factory. We're here at the Jim Harris Tournament of Champions in Huntington Beach, California for the final day of the tournament. Johnnie Vassar, one of Hoops Factory's favorite, is in attendance. Let's see if we can catch up with him. Jason O'Neill here for Hoops Factory TV with Johnnie Vassar, one of the top players in the class of 2014. Johnnie, you're attending your fourth high school in your fourth different state in 4 years. That amount of moving would be tough for anybody. How much do you consider the basketball court kind of like an escape that never changes when so much of your other life does?
I mean, it's definitely an escape. I mean, doing what you love to do. I mean, you get your minds off of everything and just have fun. So it's definitely an escape from things. But overall, everything's going well as far as academics now and basketball. So it's perfect fit.
Okay, great. A lot of times, people who kind of move to multiple high schools in their high school career get characterized somewhat negatively. But from everything I've read, that hasn't happened to you. How tough has it been with all the moving?
Honestly, it's just, I mean, it's tough. I mean, of course, as far as the social part, making new friends, getting adjusted to a new team. But honestly, I mean, I think of it's in the past. I mean, you got to move forward as far as what's going on now. And right now, my team is great. My coach is great. Grades, like I said, is great. So everything's going well. Just hopefully keep improving on the year.
And what about your social situation? I know that can probably be the toughest part when you're young. How is it at your current school?
I mean, it's great. The kids are great, everything. And then as far as my other schools, I mean, I have good friends at every school that I've been in. I mean, I just look to embrace it like, hey, I'm meeting new kids in each state. But that's why we have social media and everything. You keep in touch. Basketball is a small circle.
Yeah, your basketball circles are almost expanding because, you know, with all the amount of players you've been able to come in contact with. Is it nice to have that kind of basketball community to rely on as well?
Yeah, definitely. It's a great atmosphere, so yeah.
So I read recently that Kenny Smith has been giving you some knowledge and some tutelage. How much of the tutelage that he's been providing to you is kind of basketball related? For instance, I noticed your passing ability has increased vastly since 2011. Does he provide a lot of basketball tutelage, or does he kind of give you some more kind of overlying life advice?
Overall, I mean, you know, he's a busy man with TNT and everything, but that, like, when I do get a chance to talk to him, it's like a normal relationship that I've been knowing him for a while. So it can be basketball related or just life things. But overall, I think I just had a different number of inputs, which is Coach Gardner, JSerra coach. He's helped me with a lot of things as far as the point guard position. Coming from, he coached Brandon Jennings for SCA. So, yeah, it helps a lot.
And do you feel as though your passing ability is really something that you've kind of tried to improve, at least since obviously you're a sophomore in high school? I saw a highlight tape yesterday where you had tons and tons of dimes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what being a point guard is about, doing what you have to do to win. And I'm pretty sure most of the people out there know I can score the ball. So, I mean, it just comes down to making the game overall great. So, working to do that.
Jason O'Neill here for Hoops Factory TV with Dylan Osakowski of the Junipero Serra Lions. Dylan, you guys have basically a college front line with a very tall front line, and you also are in a league with two of the top-rated teams in the state. What do you think your prospects for winning this year will be?
I mean, we got a really high chance. Coached by Coach Gardner, one of the best coaches out there. Definitely have the perfect team to win CIF, state, league, all those expectations. So, just high hopes for this year.
And you don't feel as though even going up against a team like Modern Day with Stanley Johnson, who's rated #1 in the state, would be anything that's intimidating for you guys?
No, I mean, he's a great player. They got Bosco in the league as well. We lost to them, I think, in double overtime by 2 last year, so we're up to the challenge and we're ready to take that.
And do you think as though kind of that front line is going to be your guys' strength? You guys are going to obviously have some rim protectors, and when Jace Johnson comes back, you'll have add one more to that mix.
Yeah, we have a huge front line. Obviously, I think we're 3 of the best bigs in California and in the nation, matter of fact. And then once we get double team, triple team, whatever it is, we got shooters that can make it. We got a good point guard, good shooting guard, Blake McBride. So we're good.
Jason O'Neill here for Hoops Factory TV with Nick Paulus, one of the highest rated players in the class of 2015. Nick, what are some of your personal goals for this season? Obviously, you guys came off a little bit of a disappointment winning the consolation bracket of your initial tournament. What are some of your goals personally for this season?
Well, definitely everything personal is just going to help us as a team. So, I mean, as much as I can do with assists, as points, I mean, whatever I can do to really get the team going and hopefully get some big wins.
It seemed like you kind of stepped out on the floor quite a bit today. Do you feel as though if you were going to play at the next level, you're really going to have to be more of a stretch four? Or do you think that, hey, if you do get any bigger, you can kind of be a traditional four and play with your back to the basket?
Well, I try to pride myself on my post moves, my footwork. So, I mean, anytime I get a chance to go on the post, I'd love to. But, I mean, when our other big comes back, we're going to have a really big front line. So, I mean, I'll have to step out a little bit, but maybe stretch four a little bit, yeah.
And you seem pretty comfortable. I saw you there towards the game getting into it with some of the players. Do you feel as though kind of that physicality is something that you kind of thrive on or something that you maybe like a little bit more than others?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of my strong suits, being physical, and I'm bigger than a lot of the people. So, I mean, off the court, I think I'm a nice guy, but on the court, it's over.
Jason O'Neill and Hoops Factory TV on location. We're here for the tournament at Santa Monica High School. As always, some of the best prep basketball players in the country, as well as, who knows, maybe some notable basketball luminaries may be in the building. Let's go inside and see who we can catch up with. Jason O'Neill here for Hoops Factory TV with Tom Welsh, class of 2014. Tom, you recently committed to UCLA. What went into that decision?
I think I really liked the people there. I thought the coaches were all really great. I really liked the players there. I thought it would just be a very good situation for me.
A couple of years ago, they had some controversy regarding the players and kind of what was going on at the school. Did that weigh into your decision at all?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I think it'll be different with Coach Alford as the coach now, so I think probably things will be different.
And then what about Coach Alford's style? Did it really kind of responded to you? Do you feel as though you're going to be able to excel in?
Yeah, I thought it worked well for him in New Mexico. I thought it was something that could work well for me in the future at UCLA.
Okay, great. And then what are you looking forward to this upcoming season? What kind of goals do you have as a team and then personally?
Yeah, we just want to win CIF state championship. That's probably the biggest goal for us. And yeah, my personal goal is just to do that because that's really at the end of the day what counts.
Do you think kind of personally, you play more of a back-to-basket from my understanding, do you think that that's something that you're going to be able to do at the next level, or do you think you're going to need to kind of extend your basketball abilities?
Hopefully I just kind of improve every day, just try to get better wherever I can to help my team win.
Jason O'Neill here for Hoops Factory TV with Parker Jackson-Cartwright, one of the top players in the class of 2014. You committed to the University of Arizona last year. With Stanley Johnson will be going there. There's a possibility that Aaron Gordon might stay for another year. Why do you think Coach Miller has been able to recruit California so well, and what kind of, I guess, attracted you to him?
Just his coaching style and just the type of loyal guy he is. You know, they've been able to get players like Aaron Gordon over the past couple years just because of their coaching staff and the atmosphere that, you know, you can play in at Arizona. Coach Miller gives, you know, the guys tremendous opportunities, and it's like a family up there. And, you know, when I went up there, it's obviously close to home, and, you know, it's a family-knit group.
And that has to be a big part of your decision, especially, I mean, you say it's close to home, but I mean, there are other Pac-12 schools like UCLA and USC that are even closer to home. Is that really kind of what attracted you to them and gave you that kind of a comfortability to go outside of the state of California?
Well, you know, when I was younger, like even freshman, you know, I wanted to stay home. I was thinking UCLA, but it's just like during my sophomore year, Sean Miller, he kind of shifted my whole outlook on where I would be playing, and it's just like it came down to him and just his recruitment. You know, he's very passionate. He's a point guard, and that definitely factors in at the end of the day.
And that's always a big thing. I know point guards oftentimes have a mentality as opposed to a skill set where, you know, a lot of times scorers have a specific skill set, where point guard is really more of a mentality. Do you think that that's something you embrace? You always kind of have had a point guard's mentality, or is that something you kind of have to work on?
I would just say it's been natural since I started playing basketball at the age of 6. You know, there's been people and coaches along the way that have shaped me as a good point guard, but you know, I would just say it's just been natural since I've been born, pretty much.
Jason O'Neill here for Hoops Factory TV with Trey Holder, class of 2014. Trey, you're one of the most underrated kids in the area. What do you think you're going to have to work on this upcoming year to get the notoriety that you probably deserve?
Basically winning. Come from a smaller school, so just getting the wins, going to the championship, playing against big competition, just get me out there. Every day I'm just working hard just to get better and get noticed.
And what kind of, I guess, recruitment have you been experiencing so far?
I'm actually committed to Arizona State. Yeah, I'm verbally committed. I just signed last month, so I'm very excited about that. Get there and play in the Pac-12.
Okay, great. And Arizona State has a little bit of a tradition going on right now with Shaheed Carson. Are you looking to play the point guard at the next level?
Yeah, that's my goal is to play and start. He's supposed to declare for the draft next year, so I'm going to get in there and get a lot of minutes and hopefully produce at the same level he's producing at.
And then playing the point guard position is oftentimes more of a mentality for that position player as opposed to kind of something that you have to do. Do you feel as though you have that point guard's mentality and getting people involved is really something you excel at?
Yeah, I come from a strong background. My parents are hard on me. I got the belief. I work hard, so all I got to do is put my talents out there and I'll be good.
Jason O'Neill and Hoops Factory TV on location in Pasadena, California. We're here at the Rose City Round Ball Classic. As always, some of the best prep basketball players in the country are in the building. Let's see who we can go catch up with. Jason O'Neill and Hoops Factory TV here with Lonzo Ball. Lonzo, some recruiting services have you rated as high as #1 in the state for your class. Do you feel as though every time you go out you have to show and prove, or is really getting the W the first and only priority?
I'm just all about the win. Do whatever it takes to get the win. So I don't really care about the rankings. As long as we win, I'm fine with it.
So even if you have maybe a successful night, for instance, tonight you had a fairly good game, but you guys didn't win, would that be a not successful night?
Yeah, unsuccessful. Every time you lose, it's not good, no matter what I do.
And then last year as a freshman, there obviously weren't the same expectations. Do you feel as though this year you're really going to go into each game with a target on your back, or is that something you're preparing for?
Yeah, every game I'm going to X on my back. People that got me ranked high, they're looking for that. Other kids looking for that. They're going to come at me every day. And I'm just ready for them and give my best game every day.
And how much do you feel as though you're going to have to kind of keep your effort and your energy and your motor up? For instance, a lot of the players who are getting drafted nowadays have that really high motor, Russell Westbrook, guys like that. Is that something you really work on?
Yeah, you got to bring it every day when you got X on your back. So as long as I play hard, I should be fine.
And then I heard recently that you got offered by UCLA. Where are you leaning towards as far as colleges?
I don't even know yet.
Yeah, I know when I was a high school sophomore, I really didn't care about colleges. Are you really just trying to kind of enjoy your time in high school before you think of that down the road?
Oh, most definitely. I'll make the most of my time here. I'm going to go through it once, so make the most of it.
Jason O'Neill and Hoops Factory TV here with Steve Baik. Steve, you're the head coach of the Chino Hills basketball team. You guys actually have one of the top prep basketball players in the state this coming year. What are your expectations for this upcoming year?
To compete in every game and be the best team we can be. Yeah.
And do you feel as though oftentimes when you do have maybe a team with more talent, you get to maybe pull back on the X's and O's and just kind of roll the ball out? Or do you really try and keep the game plan in effect?
Oh, always the game plan. Always stick to the game plan and try to execute.
And then on a night like tonight, do you feel as though maybe it was the talent of the team, or do you think that your team might have just gotten out-efforted?
They did a great job of going to their strengths, and we didn't. They played together a lot better than we do. They're more seasoned than we are, So I'd like to play them again in a couple weeks after, going to the drawing boards and figuring out whatever we need to figure out. And, it wasn't too much of a surprise, what they did. I mean, they play hard, they execute, and, we didn't go to our strengths. And that was as simple as that.
You guys were 3-0 on the season. A lot of times coaches will feel like a loss will kind of get the team's attention. Are you hoping that maybe will be the case with this?
Absolutely. This is the one that has to wake us up, because we haven't had good practices, the last couple of weeks, and, this better wake us up.
Jason O'Neill here for Hoops Factory TV with the Cantwell Center. You actually guys just beat Chino Hills in a very exciting game tonight, and you played very well. What kind of colleges are you looking at going at?
Now is Colorado, Arizona, Arizona State, Oregon State, San Francisco, Pepperdine, that's it.
And back home where you're from in Montenegro, how popular is basketball? Is it something that everybody kind of gets into, or is it maybe a sport that not as many people like?
Basketball is very popular in Montenegro. It's very good players. In NBA we have 2 players from Montenegro, but very good players.
Okay, what players from Montenegro?
Nikola Pekovic and Nikola Vucevic.
Jason O'Neill and Hoops Factory TV here with Basha Dragovich of the Cantwell basketball team. Basha, you're originally from Montenegro, of Serbia and Montenegro. Serbia and Montenegro actually has a pretty stellar basketball tradition in history. For instance, I'm a big fan of international basketball, and there's a guy named Milos Teodosic who's very, very well known. How much did that kind of play into your decision to come to the States and pursue basketball?
Well, originally my cousin, Nikola Dragovich, came to the United States to play for UCLA. And then a few years later, my sisters came over, started playing college volleyball, and I got a full scholarship rights. So just when I finished my middle school, I kind of decided that I want to come here and get a head start, because I knew I'm going to come to college, but I wanted to get a kind of head start and start playing high school, get used to the American style of playing basketball, get better to know English, and understand everything better.
Okay, great. And what kind of recruitment have you been, what colleges are you looking at?
Colleges starting recruiting me this year are Pepperdine, Santa Clara, Colorado, Harvard, UC. Not yet. Hopefully, yeah. But other colleges from Big West Conference, San Francisco, and other schools.
Oh, yeah. Big West. What about UCSB?
No, not them. But there's Cal State, San Luis Obispo. Yeah.
Jason O'Neill and Hoops Factory TV here with George Zaan, coach of the Cantwell basketball team. Coach, what are your prospects for this upcoming year? You guys have a high, front line that will rival most college front lines. And what do you think your prospects for competing this year are going to be?
We're really excited about the upcoming season. We feel like we're going to compete really well. The fact that we have 2 bigs allows us to compete against some of the higher ranked schools, some of the larger schools. We have kids that play well together. They really try hard. They compete, and they really care about each other. So we're super excited about this upcoming season.
Yeah, and basketball, for I would say probably the first 100 years of existence, was really a big man game. Even if you are out talented kind of on the perimeter, a lot of times if you can kind of clog the middle and slow the game down, you really give yourself an opportunity to win. Was that the game plan going into tonight's game?
Most definitely. Chino Hills is very talented. They're capable of scoring in bunches, and one of the things that we wanted to try to do was really focus on getting the ball inside. Like you said, maybe making it a throwback kind of game. And Gligorije is a true 5-man, kind of a throwback player. He works really hard on the post, but he's also very skilled, and so it didn't really make sense for us to try to run up and down with Chino Hills, and that would have been to their favor.
Yeah, and speaking of kind of a throwback game, I think it was like 18-18 at the half. Was that really kind of what you were hoping to accomplish?
We like to run, we like to get out and push the ball, we like to score in transition, but we also like to win. And in order for us to win tonight, we had to definitely make it a slower game, execute in the half court, and really make them play defense for long stretches of time.